Hi, I have found my cooking setup that is easy to use, reliable and fairly lightweight. If you want to upgrade your setup or just exchange a piece or two, then feel free to join me in this video for some inspiration. Today I thought of taking you through my cooking setup, what I use for every trip I make, and well, this works for me. Other people may have different requests on their cooking setup. For me, it's about boiling water. I'm eating freeze-dried food and I'm boiling water for the freeze-dried food and coffee. So I'm not making a dinner from scratch. So take it for what it is. It's about boiling water. So I will share what I have, but in the end of the video I will share some alternatives to the gear that I have. So make sure to stick around to the end. First we have the stove. I use the Soto Windmaster. I bought it with the 4-flex, but I complemented it with the Tri-flex. It's lighter. It's an excellent and very reliable stove. It is usually one of the 1 or 2 stoves that end up in the top list of any gear review, either here on YouTube or in any blogs or other social media or any articles on the web. I went through hours of videos to find the right stove and to be sure I chose the right one. This one hasn't disappointed me in any way. There are, of course, other good stoves. There are good alternatives to the Soto Windmaster. Very common you find the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe as a tight contender to this one. There are lighter ones as the BRS 3000T. It's cheaper as well, but this, it works for me. And I have both the 4-flex version as mentioned, as well as the Tri-flex version. The Soto Windmaster with the 4-flex weighs in at 87 grams. With the Tri-flex it weighs in at 67 grams. So it's a saving of 20 grams if you go with the Tri-flex. And for me, it works quite fine with the Tri-flex because I'm boiling water and my pot is quite, it suits this quite well. Which leads me into, well, you guessed right, the pot. The pot with extendable handles, a lid that fits perfectly on this one. It's the ever new 750 milliliter pasta pot made out of titanium. It's a fairly good size for a couple of reasons. First, it covers me with basically any freeze-dried food that I choose, so the amount of water is sufficient for basically any freeze-dried food I choose. Secondly, it leaves me with some water for coffee afterwards. Thirdly, and maybe most important, it nests basically everything I need for my cooking setup. It weighs in at 101 grams, so it is, well, it also says ultra light. And well, I have a long handle titanium spoon. This doesn't fit in the pasta pot, obviously. It's a bit too long. But this I keep in my food bag together with the freeze-dried food. Long handle spoon. And it's just nice. It's lightweight, it's durable, keeps my fingers out of the food. And it weighs in at 19 grams. And to actually be sure to be able to make dinner, I complement the stove, the pot and the spoon with, well, gas. I use Jetboil Jet Power for no particular reason. It's what I bought when I bought my first stove, which was the Jetboil Flash. I still have it. I have a Bic mini lighter. It weighs in at 10 grams, and this is of course to have as a backup if the piezo lighter doesn't function well on the Soto Wind Monster. Usually it does. Backup. I also have a very lightweight kitchen towel that I use. It weighs in at 15 grams, and this is of course to be able to keep things dry and to have in my pot when I pack things down. As mentioned, this solution packs down quite nice. I simply take my pot, put the kitchen towel in it, put the gas upside down. It creates a bit more space in the pot. I fold the kitchen towel. I pack down my stove, put the triplex in, put the stove in, and I put the Bic mini lighter in, so like this. Then I just fold the towel on top of this, put the lid on, and then I just put everything into the bag that it came with, the pasta pot. And then, wait, recently I exchanged my folder cup that I drink from with the Sea2 Summit X cup, which is a foldable cup. Quite convenient, folds down very easily, and it weighs in at 46 grams, and it complements my cooking setup quite well, so I have something to drink my coffee from as well. So I put this on top, and then I just cinch this down, and yeah, this is it, my cooking setup. So all together, including the spoon, this weighs in at 259 grams, which in my opinion is quite lightweight, maybe even ultralight. The weight here of course does not include a full gas canister, which doubles the weight basically. But with this you're set for a backpacking adventure for close to a week. Some alternatives as promised for the stove. There's for instance what I mentioned earlier, the BRS 3000T. It's cheaper, it's lighter, so that could be a good alternative. Maybe it's less reliable in windy conditions, but from what I have heard, it's a quite reliable stove. I actually have one myself, but I haven't tried it yet. So if you want me to make a review or any video about it, then let me know in the comments below. And with the pot, if the Avenue is a bit too expensive, I would go with the Toaks 700 milliliter. It's basically half the price, close to identical to this one. It doesn't have the same type of lid, it falls off, but other than that, it's pretty close. And well, with this video I only covered what I use, which is a gas stove. There are of course other alternatives that you can use, but I usually go for gas. What do you use? What's your preferred cooking setup? Please let me know, leave a comment down below. What's the best cooking setup for you? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one.